Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So listen, before I get started, I want to say thank you to Patrick. Patrick, thank you so much. And I am going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to have a little bit of fun. My schedule has been really hectic lately, and so has my husband's. And so we haven't been able to go to our coffee shops and have those dates, but hopefully things will be back on track this Wednesday. And so there's this locally owned, black owned coffee shop that I really want to hit. I've been trying to hit it since forever. And I think that Wednesday I might have my time to do it. So hopefully I can splurge and have a little bit of fun. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. With that said, I want to talk about what it is I want to talk about today. And I don't know if you all have heard, black people, well, about the discourse that's going on with H Mart. And for you black people who have, let me remind you that this is discourse that we really need to stay out of. We need to stay out of this discourse. I understand why we get it. But black people, we have this thing where when a minority is being attacked or is trying to express things like speak on things like cultural appropriation, and and I get that we get it, because nobody understands the oppressor like black people. Okay, nobody understands the oppressor like black people. But remember, I beg you all to remember that the Asians have a lot of anti-blackness within their culture too. And the Asians played a huge part in dismantling affirmative action. They are not our friends either. Let them fight this battle on their own. We should not be the backup singers to their concert. This is their concert they're putting on. And whatever issue that they're having with the white community, let them work that out. They don't need us for that. Let them, they're perfectly capable of speaking up for themselves. I see that this has caused a divide in their community, because there are some Asians, well, a lot of Asians, because they seek white proximity and they like the role that they are cast in as the model minority. But then you've got, on the other side of this argument, you've got Asians who are somewhat woke, and they see what old girl was putting down. And basically what it is that there is this Asian creator. I think she's Asian, part white, part Asian. And she talked about going into H Mart, and when she goes into H Mart, she side eyes white people, because she feels like that even though those grocery stores are in America, they are Asian owned, and they are a part of the Asian community. And when white people who feel like they belong in every space, mind you, they don't go into people's safe spaces and, and continue to be safe. I understand why she side eyes them. I do. As a black person, I do. Because like I just said, no one understands the oppressor like we do. We know how they culturally appropriate. And I get how it is for Asians. I've known some Asians in my life. I've had conversations with them. We've experienced some of the same trials and tribulations, but they are not us and we are not them. Let them fight this battle on their own. And basically she said she side eyes them because, hey, growing up, white folks talk shit about their culture, talk shit about, the foods that they ate, their whole mocked and made fun of their whole entire culture. Black people, we get that. The way they talk shit about our culture, our long nails, our hoop earrings, our bamboo earrings, our braids, and then not only to turn around and see them do the same thing. Especially the way they make fun of the way that we talk, AAVE. But you will never get them to admit that the slang they speak is RAAVE. It's African American Vernacular English. And the way that they still remain harmful, and they are culture vultures. They take parts of our culture, parts that they have mocked, that they have came up with negative stereotypes, said all kind of hateful things, used against us, appropriated. A lot of y'all couldn't buy smoked turkey because they've appropriated it. It's why oxtails are so high. It's why collard greens are so high. I mean, everything is high, don't get me wrong. But, you know, now they're making beans. Now, y'all can't gatekeep nothing. They done took our whole baked macaroni and cheese recipe. They make it almost as good as we do now because y'all all over everywhere giving out the recipes. Y'all been inviting them to the cookout. And these people are not your friends. Like the Asians, a lot of y'all wanted that proximity. Thinking that if you shared your culture with them, they would be your friends. It don't work like that. That's not who they are. Because they are culture vultures. They take parts and pieces and elements of people's culture. Look at the way they do the Latinos. Look at the way they're doing the Latinos. Latinos out here running for their lives every single day. Can't make an honest living without ICE showing up. And then white people on the right side of the aisle cheering that shit on. But don't nobody celebrate Cinco de Mayo harder than a Republican white person. You go into a Latino restaurant, it's full of white folks. You go into an Asian restaurant, it's full of white folks. They come into our spaces, they appropriate, and nobody gets that like black people do. But black people stay out of this conversation. This is for them to work out. Now I see that you got two different kinds of Asians on the sides of this conversation that's going on. You got the Asians that are somewhat woke and are pointing it out, and they're going beneath the surface. They're speaking about this issue, but they're going below a surface level, and they're talking about the way their culture has been appropriated by white people. But then you got those Asians that want white proximity, and they are happy being cast as the model minority, and they are defending white people. One Asian creator even said that when she goes into the Asian grocery stores like H Mart, and when she sees white people, she lingers in case they need her help. A lot of them are happy with where they are cast, the model minority, and they were happy to do their part, mind you, to dismantle affirmative action, even though that shit backfired on them and fewer of them are getting into these Ivy League schools now. That shit completely backfired on them. But black people, stay out of this conversation. Remember the anti-blackness that's in the Asian community. And we do not need to be the backup singers to this concert, to their concert. Let them have this argument. Let them have this discourse on their own. Black people, stay out of it. Yeah, we get it. We know how badly white people appropriate our culture. We know where they have tried to cast us. We know all the negative racist stereotypes. We know the things, what they've done and what they have said regarding us. Nobody knows the way they move like we do. But this ain't our business. Let these white folks and these Asians have their own discourse. Black people got so loud in this conversation to where y'all are drowning out the voices of the white people. And if any Asians are watching this video, leave black people out of this discourse. Don't pull us into this argument. This is not our fight. This is your fight as a person of color. It's your time to shine. Have this discourse amongst your own people and white people, because they are the people that you got the problem with. Figure it out. And figure it out without dragging black people into it. And black people, again, we have very, very, very few allies. But the Asian community as a whole, they are not our ally. And why y'all keep caping up, going to defend other people, I do not know. especially when our own people need saving right now. Cape up for your own, because they're coming after us. This discourse that's happening on over there, this is not our business. 300,000 black women being fired from their job, that's our business. The schools in our neighborhood not being fully funded, that's our business. The school to prison pipeline, that's our business. Black men being incarcerated at a higher rate than any other man, that's our business. Police officers going back to killing black men with impunity in the streets, that's our business. The way they're beating on our brothers, arresting them and beating them in their cells, that's our business. The way our black children are being harassed whenever we turn our back, can't turn our back for a minute, and the way they're being harassed by white people, that's our business. What's going on between these Asians and these white people, that is not our business. Let these Asian people have their conversation and let them deal with whatever angst they got against the white community on their own. But it is not our business. Stay out of it. We know that we understand. We get it. We know where they're coming from with it. But it ain't our business. It's not our business. Let them handle their own shit. That's all that I have for today. If you would like to support the platform, buy me a cup of coffee or help out with the Library Pantry. It could use a little bit of help. It's the end of the month. I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Y'all have a good day and mind your own business. Don't be nobody's problem today. Have a good one.